Man, oh man. Gosh, dang it, get that out of here. A little silicone on the forehead never hurts, right? Okay, we're going to be talking about, obviously, caulking. The 4 types of caulks. Out of everything you see here in the store, guys, this is the only 4 tubes you really need to worry about. I wish they had Vulcan, because that would have been in place of the PL40 or S40 it's called, which is a polyurethane. And we're going to talk about how you actually use and when not to use each one of these. Each one is different. We have a silicone sitting here. We have the DAP fast dry acrylic sitting here. We have a Quad Max, which is a Cider's Dream caulking, and we'll explain why we use those exterior versus silicone. Never want to do that. We have the PL S40, I'll get it right, which is a polyurethane. What is its purpose? When should I use this? By the way, any of these that you find here that you like will have links down below. These other ones sitting here are promotional crap. Here's a hybrid. What the hell is a hybrid? Silicone, paintable? Yeah, as soon as there's the word silicone in it, it's not paintable. I don't care what the thing tells you. Now they've come out with this through the roof. Seals everything that goes through the roof. There's more gimmicks out here now than I could ever shake a stick at. But, oh, wait a minute. We got, what's this one here? I see it advertised all the time on TV. Flex Seal. That's what I was thinking of. Every contractor's nightmare. Flex Seal. I understand where you guys are coming from. That is a Band-Aid. Sometimes using these types of sealants that have come out aren't the smartest thing to use for the repair. It is wise for you guys to do your research, make some phone calls, and find out the true fix to the problem. So with that said, let's dive into this and do this.
Welcome to Let's DIY My Home, where like-minded people are working together to tackle their project. Everything from a complicated remodel to as simple as repairing a door. That's letsdiyMyhome.com. We'll see
Silicone.
you there.
Let's talk silicone. Sometimes known as a roofer's favorite caulk. Silicone does not belong on roofing. When we start talking about silicone, there's different grades. And the one that you want to be looking at constantly is going to be pure silicone, 100%. In this case, it's GE. GE is one of the top rated manufacturers of silicone on the market today and is one of my favorites. The pros to using a true 100% high-grade silicone is it's lifetime mold resistance. I'm sure many of you have, over time, have looked along your kitchen countertops, and right where the caulking is, you start seeing it turning black, or around windows sometimes. And in a lot of cases, it is because it's not a mold-resistant caulk or a mold-resistant silicone. I have 2 of them sitting here. Both of them are Supreme. One's kitchen and bath, and one is just called Supreme Silicone. Both of them exactly say the same thing. Lifetime mold resistance, free metals. That's what this one says. Oh, look it, won't blemish metals. They say the exact same thing. It's a label, folks. It's a label only. All you want is a pure, clean, good silicone. You can use kitchen and bath for windows as well as windows and doors, pure silicone for countertops. They're the exact same caulking. Both of them say outdoors and indoors. So you can see there is no difference between them other than labeling. The truth of the matter is, right here, okay, you're all good to go. It doesn't matter. There is no such thing as a kitchen and bath. What can we use silicone for? Well, we've been talking about the first one, kitchens. You can caulk between your countertops and your backsplashes. You can use them for sink installations as well as maybe you have a drop-in stovetop. Well, you can seal around the edges of that to prevent any crap from getting between the stove and the countertop. So there's lots of uses. Bathrooms goes the same thing. If you can imagine it, you can caulk it with silicone. You can use them to caulk down your shower bases. Your shower base to the floor, that transition line. Things you do not want to use silicone for. Windows. Outside of windows, silicone is not the solution. Now, as I'm doing here, this is fiberglass. This is for my RV. I'm actually caulking the window like you see me doing here. I'm actually in Florida on vacation right now, and we're sitting in a screened room. But as a rule, outside is not the place for silicone. There are exceptions. Other things we don't want to use silicone for is anything we're going to paint. Right there, non-paintable. Oh, I don't have autofocus on it. Sorry guys, it's focused on my head. But it says non-paintable right there. Silicone, no paint. Plain and simple. Paint your trim, paint your walls. If it's white baseboard, white casing, white jam extensions, you can come back with silicone if you want, that's white, and caulk your little crack lines and be done with it. It looks beautiful. That's perfect. I do it all the time. The next guy that's got to come in there and paint that trim, if he knew who I was, he'd kick my butt, because he's got a problem now and he's got to deal with it. But it's a quick contractor's fix and makes things look good, and a homeowner's happy for many, many years. And you contractors know damn well out there you do the same thing. So don't even tell me. Hey guys, can you do me a favor? Go down in the comments, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That tells me how I'm doing. If it's good, give me a thumbs up. If you like it, please feel free to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. We'll see you shortly. Back to the show. Next one in line we're going to have is the DAP latex. Okay. It's an acrylic is really what it is. It's an acrylic latex paint. Paintable caulk. A painter's dream right here. This is what we all use. If we're painting the trim and the walls, nothing's been painted, we're going to run across with something like this. The DAP latex acrylic type acrylic latex caulking is what we're going to use, because we can hit all of our trims, all the casing, we can go around and caulk everything, then come back and cut in prior to painting the wall or painting the trim. Either way it goes. This requires painting. If you use an acrylic latex paint, or caulking, I'm sorry, you have to paint it. If you don't paint it, it will yellow. This says you can use it outdoors. All right, it's got a 50-year warranty, crack resistance, reduced dirt pickup. This is why I don't use it and don't recommend it outdoors. Even though I paint over it, it still can pick up dirt. Won't shine, that's a positive. Won't shine through the paint. Multiple surface uses. Waterproof seal. Easy water cleanup. In other words, yes, when we're installing this, and sometimes I even have to look at it, is you can just take a wet rag, wring all the water out of it, and just lightly wipe it, and voila, it's beautiful. When it dries in 30 minutes, go ahead, go back and paint it. You're done. This is what you want. If you're going to do a remodel, if you're painting a bedroom, always go back and paint all your cracks, all your trim, get everything done with something like this prior to painting. The next one in line, we need to talk about this bad boy. Nope, not right here. GE, I love you, buddy, but and really, this is going to be talking about hybrid. What a hybrid really is it says it's siliconized acrylic. It is supposedly 100% waterproof, 10-year mold-free product protection, permanently flexible, 30-minute paint and ready, 30-minute rain ready, shrink and crack proof, ideal for exterior waterproof paints, projects, and low odors with a lifetime guarantee. Again, it's a hybrid. It may work for you, it may not. You do as you want to do. I will not use this. I just told you silicone is not paintable, right? So why would they come out with an acrylic siliconized? It's supposed to be the best of both worlds, but the truth of it is, over time, this is what you're going to see. When the product starts drying out, because it expands and retracts, most paints do not expand and retract. So if it expands, it'll crack the paint and you'll start getting stuff that looks like this. I think it looks like hell and I don't want to see it. Most homeowners that see it don't want to see this on their home either. So for that reason, this is not a go-to product. Siliconized acrylic. It's called a hybrid. Again, I talk about these are the 4 items that we want to stay with. This is all you want to stay with. These other things are designed to be consumer friendly. So it doesn't matter if it's a countertop where you should be using silicone, or if it's trim and you're getting ready to paint a room, you want to use an acrylic latex, period. All these other fancy things that they come out with, stay away from them. Do not use these products exterior. We have these other 2 that are 10 times better than any of these 2. Okay? This is interior only, period. Unless you want to keep recaulking and repainting, don't use this. The next one we're going to go into line. I have the... Hey, guys. Can you do me a favor? Go down in the comments, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That tells me how I'm doing. If it's good, give me a thumbs up. If you like it, please feel free to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. We'll see you shortly. Back to the show. Quad here versus the new Dynaflex Ultra, which I have only used one time and it's okay. They are basically the same thing. They're exterior polymer type caulks. Now, the benefit to Quad over the Dynaflex Ultra is its color options. There are 200 to 300 color options. So whether you're doing LP siding, smart siding, whether you're doing James Hardy, doing steel, doing vinyl, or wood, you have a color for you. And in case you don't, guess what? This particular bottle is clear. So it's a win-win for you. Okay? Both of them are. They're both a polymer type product. I can only tell you I've used this when I was in a bind. What time I have left of working on projects, it's always going to be ISO. One, I get it from my suppliers. They have it. ABC Supply, United, or now it's Beacon. They all stock these items and they have just about every single color you want. If you're going to a big box store, they're going to have the basics. And truthfully, if you're painting the siding, the basics is all you need. You can even use clear. The Dynaflex, powered by WeatherMax technology for long-lasting life. Paint ready in 1 hour. 100% waterproofing. Exceeds the ASTM C920 Class 35. Lifetime mold and mildew resistant. Seals joints up to 1 inch. That's this stuff here. Easy water cleanup. On the Quad, you can install this from anywhere from 0 to 140 degrees outside. I don't know that you're going to be working in 140 degrees outside. You Floridians aren't going to work when it gets below 30. You whine like babies. We're up there in Minnesota, and at 0, we're out putting Quad on, okay? Will not shrink here. Resist damage from UV exposures. Does not collect dust or dirt. I love Quad for that. And I'm going to show you some over here. Here's a picture of it installed on Hardy board. Looks wonderful. And it's, by the way, 20-something years old, I'm guessing. Resist bubbling. Green Guard certified. Over 300 colors that directly will match just about anything you have. You can install it in rain or snow. Fantastic product, and that's its main purpose. You can use it inside. I have not. I use it primarily exterior. This is not the easiest stuff to spread. Neither one of these. Look at this picture here. Well, I hope I still have it so that I can post it. I'm not going to say who caulked it. I know who caulked it. Okay, and we had to go back and fix it. All right, so yes, we did it. One of my guys did it. Ugly. Unacceptable. When you start doing these types of caulks, 1 and 2, and these two right here, the polymer or the polyurethane, I don't know why I was struggling with that polyurethane because that's my favorite. You want to make, if you're doing next to trim, just nip the edge off. Just the edge, just nip the edge off. Take a wire. I hate the wires that's on the guns. I don't want that on my hand, so I get a regular wire and I stick in there and pop the hole. Okay? Put a very tiny bead there. That way you can come back and rub your finger. Do not come back here and hack a 45 degree, just like they show, and have a 1/4 to 3/8 of an inch hole in the end of this. You're going to put this crap all over the place, and it's going to be the ugliest mess you ever seen in your life. If you're doing it next to windows, then I recommend you do just as I'm doing here with the silicone on my camper. I am taping around the windows. Yes, you heard me right, taping. Okay, these people that say you take a squirt bottle and you squirt the caulk and then you spread it, that is a big no. Because the end result is you have the wall right here or the window edge, which is usually 1 inch thick. Then you have your siding or J-channel. Hell, I don't know, the wall and a piece of trim. Either way it goes, you want the bonding, or a countertop. You want the bonding on the wall and the countertop. And if I just lay a real thin bead there that I'm going to spread and I go back and hit it with soap and water, guess what? It is not going to stick to the wet soap and water wall or the wood that has soap and water on it. It's only going to adhere to what was dry when we laid it. Soap and water gets an F right there, an F. Do not use soap and water to spread your caulk. You can use it for cleanup, but not for laying the caulk. Polyurethane. I only have this one here because for some reason in Florida, you have to order Volcom. By the way, any of these that you find here that you like will have links down below. Okay? The polyurethane, my absolute favorite go-to caulk in construction. I use polyurethane in my gutters, folks, not Flex Seal. If you're going to caulk your gutters, here's a tip. If you're going to caulk your gutters, get in there and you got one leaking, get it all good and dry, get it all cleaned out, the joint, all right? Then turn around, don't use GSL. I hate it, I won't even remember the word. GSL caulking, which is a gutter caulk. I hate it. It'll work good if the installer gets his finger in there and smears it into the groove, then it works fine. But they are sold on that you can go in and you squirt around the gutter edge, let it go, it'll self-level and fill in. Whoops, I did not say that. BS. If you want something to adhere good, especially in a gutter, use a polyurethane. Lick your finger. I'm big on licking my finger, okay? That's so wrong, but it works so well. Lick your finger and make swirls. Work that into that metal. Make sure it's adhered good all the way around the edge of that gutter. And you'll never touch it again. The gutter will deteriorate over time before the sealant will ever fail. GSL, I see more failures with that than you can shake a stick at. Other positive things for polyurethane. I love reflashing chimneys and using polyurethane. You know, we do our roofs, we don't send silicone out. We'll send out, when I cut the chimney, I'm going to, with the grinder like you see going on here, then I turn it around and I'll take that dust and mix it in with the polyurethane, and it'll turn it red if that's the color of the chimney, so it blends in and it doesn't stand out. See, little things like that is what takes a basic job and makes it look professional. And the homeowner doesn't know the difference. This stuff will never let go. This stuff is meant for concrete. It's meant, you can adhere it to stonework. You can adhere it, I like back caulking my siding. When I'm doing siding, I back caulk siding, because how many of you have gone outside to wash your siding? It's just filthy. Wash it and you can still see the dirt. Exactly why I don't like face caulking. No moisture is getting behind the siding. And that goes for J channels. That goes for trim. I'm gonna go ahead and I want to put some 1x4 cedar around the window trims. I'm going to caulk that with polyurethane. But Vulcan is my go-to polyurethane. My second one will be the PL Loctite, which is known as an S40, I believe, is the polyurethane. Hey, guys, can you do me a favor? Go down in the comments, give me a thumbs up or a thumbs down. That tells me how I'm doing. If it's good, give me a thumbs up. If you like it, please feel free to subscribe. Hit that bell notification. We'll see you shortly. Back to the show. We've been talking about roofing, we've been talking about gutters, we've been talking about all these things. Now, I will put a couple videos up depending on what you're wanting, one on gutters as well as one on roofing. Both of these are phenomenal videos that will be very beneficial to you in educating on what's best dollar for roofing as well as on gutters where your money is best spent. If you're a DIYer, you might want to do a chop and drop. Here's some information on that as well in this gutter video. With that said, you guys have a wonderful day. God bless you all, and we'll see you next time. Bye now.